to the hospitality industry. We have an office in Hong Kong and in Paris, and yeah, we are trying actually to be there for all the chefs from all around the world, and we have at the moment 110 member countries.
That's awesome. How did Corona impact the hospitality sector?
That's a very, very good question. I mean, definitely Corona not impacted only the hospitality industry, it impacted the entire world very, very badly. Definitely a lot of culinarians, I would say 60–70% of all culinarians struggled very heavily due to the entire situations around the world. A lot of unemployed people came out of the thing, and we tried actually as World Chefs to support them in a moral way in doing a lot of webinars and promoting and helping them actually to overcome the situation. We involved them in a lot of online activities, which helped a lot. Definitely, Corona has been put a very, very hard, I would say, feeling on everyone. And I, on a personal note, have just to say, look, at the end, Corona is a man-made thing. It has to be created by us human beings. And it's our own fault that we are into this situation. And I think now it's the time that we as human beings are rethinking whatever we have done in the past decades in order to go actually into the right direction.
True. And now let's dive into the Saudi scene. How do you evaluate the Saudi culinary scene?
Saudi culinary scene definitely has been improved a lot in the past years. I mean, I'm here in Saudi now 19 years, which I have seen the entire development from the beginning to what it is now. There has been a lot of efforts put into the whole thing. I mean, Horeca helped a lot with their activities, definitely in Saudi, even different food shows, definitely where people could express themselves and could showcase their abilities. Plus, definitely the support from the government, which opened the borders towards tourism shortly before COVID, which definitely is a must for us in getting onto a global standard, which is tally with our neighbor countries and the expectations of our clients, visitors, and definitely of our guests.
You're right. Saudization, where does it stand?
Saudization, that's a very good question. I mean, definitely Vision 2030 is having most of the positions all around KSA nationalized. Saudization, I think, is a very, very good tool because this will enable the country to be a completely self-standing, own-standing with its own talents created country where definitely all the people will benefit from. Yes, it's a hard way, it's a long way to go because I believe very, very clearly that there are a lot of miles actually, which is in between what I want and where we are. But I think it's the right way because labor all around the world, as we all know, becomes very expensive due to the travel restrictions. It's difficult, visa requirements and whatever, work permits. So I think it's very, very good to support the own inhabitants. And definitely this is a way in getting sustainability into the Saudi market, into the Saudi, I would also say, society. And I think it's absolutely the right direction where to go. Saudization, nationalization for a lot of the positions which are available, not only in the hospitality industry, talking about the entire segment from A to Z.
Oh, okay. And what are the challenges of working in the Saudi hospitality industry?
Challenges in the moment, I would say, going in a funny way, saying it's the temperature because it's very, very hot here. It goes up to 50, so that's a different story. But a challenge is definitely actually to upgrade the knowledge of people towards an expectation which actually is expected by our, so I would say, business owners. There has to be in deep study and in deep training for the people, getting them towards the standards required. I think that's one of the key elements. Definitely the second difficulty is that we need to have really qualified instructors and qualified teachers in the market to upgrade this workforce in a fast and professional way. And additionally, definitely to create new hospitality sector, schools, universities, academies and training centers, which I think is fantastic, which is actually ongoing. And we as Vultures, we are creating something now as well within Saudi Arabia, which will be launched very, very soon. And I think this is one of the key elements to make the country a very successful story in the future in the hospitality segment.
Interesting. And if you had a message to share with the new generation of chefs, what would you say?
Okay, I mean, first of all, going a little bit back to COVID, I just can tell them, look, young enthusiastic culinarians and entrepreneurs, always think positive, because at any tunnel which is very dark, there is a light. The world has been gone through a lot of situations like this, even pandemics, which due to the intelligence of our human race, it was always possible to overcome this. Secondly, take the opportunity while you are a little bit laid back and a little bit slack, that you can definitely, I so would say, develop yourself from remote places, use modern technology. You have the opportunity to broadcast, to streamline, to actually scroll through the entire web where you can learn. Try to cook at home as well. I think that's important. And I'm so proud of so many of you doing that, because in COVID, a lot of these opportunities going out, buying food and buying things ready and going to dine out wasn't possible. So a lot of people went back to their own stoves, and people who never cooked in their life started all of a sudden cooking. Yeah, and I'm very happy about that, because I think we have to rethink a little bit, going back to our roots, that the next generations has the opportunity, having a world in place which I so would say is worth to live in. Number two, and number three, for me, one thing is so important. Take out all your thinking in regards to genders, beliefs, races, and these politically driven things. I believe we as human beings, and especially you as culinarians, have a responsibility towards CSR. I call it a chef social responsibility in helping the needy as well, because especially nowadays, there are so many people around the world which really need help. And to share a little bit food in whichever circumstances is possible, I believe it is the least what we as culinarians can do. And this will make, at the end, the world a better place. I think together we can shine. Think about sustainability, be careful, don't be egoistic, wear a mask, and make the circumstances as much as possible looking positive for the future. Never give up. And this is what Thomas says, please always think positive. You are amazing people around the world, and I think we can make the impossible possible and believe in the power of the white jacket. Today, you see, it's a black jacket. Thank you, Sumana. Yeah, you make us go into that. But I think make the world a better place. Stay always positive and believe in yourself.
Beautiful message.
That's a beautiful message. I think this is a message you keep on repeating, and I think it reaches everybody's heart, and to make a difference. Sorry to bump in, Rita, but can you tell us a bit about the Congress you're preparing, what's coming up? I think you have important dates you can share with the industry.
Absolutely. I mean, as you all know, COVID put us a little bit back. We had a Congress scheduled for St. Petersburg. It wasn't able to do, and we couldn't execute it due to the COVID situation. Then we rescheduled a very nice event in Wales. I had to cancel it 2 weeks ago, but we are in full flash for the Abu Dhabi Congress 2022, which actually is in the middle of the year, which is really fantastic, June. And I hope by that time we can gather all the culinarians from all around the world, which still have the heart, blood, the will and dedication to be part of this fantastic organization, to represent their countries at its best, because I believe only together we can shine, and together we can actually manage that. I think culinarians are a little bit different than most of the other segments around the world. I'm proud to be a chef by heart, and I always would go into the same direction again. And I just can say, I mean, the Emirates Chef Guild is having a fantastic setup for the Abu Dhabi Congress in 2022. Andy, Uwe, and all the team are working very, very hard. The entire office team of World Chefs is putting all the efforts into it. And I think that will be a stunning Congress, which we will, and we hope to welcome you all to be our guests. And I also would say to make the difference. Believe in that we can and go the extra mile to achieve what you all dream of. Having the world back into a new norm, which is definitely different, but that we can stay and spend time together, enjoy the great opportunities which the hospitality industry is offering, and definitely going to nice events, dine out again and enjoy and learn about the culture, because I believe cultural heritage is one of the key elements, not even now, in the past and in the future, that we have to focus on. And I believe for all the visitors from around the world, Abu Dhabi Congress 2022 will be a mind blow and maybe a life changer as well.
Amazing. Before we wrap up, Rita, can you tell us a bit how you made it? And I know you did a fantastic job as a president of the World Association of Chefs Societies. You did, you made a change, obviously. We want to know how you made it, what drives you, and how did you reach the top?
I mean, definitely, that's a very good question. I mean, one hand can't clap. I have a fantastic team, and I want to say thank you to all my executive committee, to all my board, because we are going into one direction. We are united despite of coming from all the 7 continents which are under the World Organization into one direction. And this is number one. We are thinking out of the box. We are thinking modern and creative. And when people getting stagnant and not believing in the future, I know there is a future. The future might be different. And there are many ways reaching, as we say, Rome. But you have to believe in what you do. And I think it is so important that we are taking care about all our members, our member countries, and definitely about all this, sometimes culinarians which are a little bit lost, because the fear was really great during and is really great during COVID. And I believe 100% due to this family bonding of chefs, culinarians, which are here for each other, this makes a difference. I mean, you all know I speak a lot of languages and I travel the world. I visited 189 countries and I've seen people suffering due to unnecessary, I would so say, situations. And if we see that, we have to make a change. Sometimes we did a lot of changes in no time because we was really on top of it and we was really rapidly shaping and wrapping up things. And I think one of the keys is that we all together can make a difference. We just have to believe in it and we have to respect others. And this is what I always repeat. I don't care about a color, race, a gender, or a belief. We are all born naked and we go naked. And this is what is the only thing we have since we are born till we go. It's our own mindset. And if this mindset is clear and it is, I so would say, socially driven, we can do a lot of things in supporting others which are in need. Charity is one of my key elements. I mean, Jomana knows that very well. I love to support people in need, and definitely education to get the young culinarians, which was so worried in their universities and schools and academies, towards believing in a future in the hospitality industry. And I think this is what we all have to believe in, and where you have and where we have to go to.
Amazing. Amazing. So inspiring, Thomas. Rita, do you have some more questions?
No, that's but I want to thank you for your precious insight into the culinary world of chefs, your overview about Saudi Arabia, and your very positive and inspiring message. It has been a real pleasure interviewing.
Absolutely. And I just can wish actually the entire HoReCa team, and I know them since nearly 20 years, for all the efforts I saw when HoReCa started in a small, really, I would say, organization in getting things rolling. Now you are a global player You are doing an amazing job. The entire Damus family, with all their hard blood putting into this, and the team behind is great. And I wish you really all the best for the future. I wish that Horeca is always successful, that the families and all the team members staying safe and healthy, and that the future makes the change that we all can gather again together. And just, I have a good friend sitting in front of me. His name is Marun Steed. He will talk.
Call him to say hi. We have a meeting with him at 6. Where is he?
One second.
Hi, good to see you.
Hello.
Good to see you. Your meeting is at 6.
So you see, he is watching what I'm saying and he beats me with a stick. So it's okay.
Thank you. Thank you, President Gugler. Thank you for being here always. And always for taking the time.
Absolutely. And you please stay all safe. Have a great Horeca here in Riyadh, and all around, keep your spirits always on the top and believe in yourself. And we all love you.
Thank you. We love you too, Thomas. Take care of yourself.
See you. All the best. Bye-bye.